Hi everyone, and everyone watching at home. I'm Andrew Hix with the UF Health Shands Arts and Medicine Integrative Therapies. I'm an Integrative Therapies practitioner who works in the hospital, and I'm here to share with you some Qigong and Tai Chi techniques that you can do from start to finish, or look at the techniques separately and try to learn them on your own. These are all designed for beginners, and we'll be doing them with a lot of talking about doing it within the range of comfort. So it's really important that as you're practicing, commit to staying with what's comfortable and not try to push yourself beyond that, especially without a live teacher present. Okay. So let's begin with some centering just in place. A lot of these exercises are going to be moving, but these first ones are just going to be stillness. So ready to begin? My live audience, participants, ready to begin? Okay. Let's just close our eyes for a moment, and you can look. If you don't want to close your eyes, you can just kind of stare into the distance, or watch me if you're watching at home. Just take a moment to feel the weight in your body and center over each leg, just shifting the weight from one side to the other. And then come into the center as best you can. Just drop everything down. Just feel everything sinking a little bit into the support of your body and into the support of the floor, the ground that's with you. If you're in a chair, you can settle into that support. And from here, just feel a moment of gratitude for anything in your life that you love or appreciate. Just call into one image, maybe something lovely that you saw or felt recently. And just feel that warmth as you reflect on that lovely thing, lovely moment, spreading through and allowing you to relax and settle. And then while we're sunken in a little bit, go ahead and loosen the shoulders even more, drop into the weight, feel yourself bouncing a little bit, get a sense of where you are. And make just a quick commitment to honor your own body during this practice, your own mind, to take breaks as you need, and to enjoy and experience our ability to know ourselves through movement. All right, and with that, you can open your eyes if they're closed, and we'll begin. The first technique is one that we'll be using between each of the exercises. It's called gathering breath. So for all of these techniques that involve movement, watch me first, and then you can start doing it along with us. This technique involves bringing the arms around, and then down, sweeping through the center of the body. Big hug to the whole world, and then down the center of the body. The breathing is in gently through the nose, and you'll see this breathing come up a lot during this. In gently through the nose, and then nice sighing breath. So it's especially important to start with those breaths. To be able to relax. And if this full range is too much, you can do a smaller movement. Let's do a couple more together. Focusing on the wave of sensation passing through the body as you breathe in, taking it all in, and then letting it slide down the body. Feel that sinking that we felt before. One more. And sinking down. Excellent, excellent. We'll be doing that technique between each of them, and we'll also take a moment too to shake it out. So practice that. Just do some spontaneous movement. Try to encourage the relaxation and discharge any built up energy from doing these powerful techniques. Yeah, you can do anything you like. There's no need to stand still while waiting for me to do the next technique. You can just be like a 3-year-old and doing whatever you like, anytime you want. So that's your freedom, and you can use it anytime. So the next technique is called turning head. So turning head is very simple. We'll do an easy version of it that just involves this. Turn the head to the side, and then just let it spring back. So the goal is to work on releasing after you turn. Just release back to center. So try it with me. We're going to breathe in and out. As much as possible, just try to let the head release without forcing it. And again, within your level of comfort, so make sure not to go too far, not to push on any natural limits. It's okay to gradually let the progress happen. In and back to center. And in. And back to center. Nice. We'll do one more. You can close your eyes if you like and relax and enjoy. And in. Every time that we breathe out, you can use the sighing breath. You can really sink and drop in with each of these techniques. Okay. So the next one, this technique is called separating water. And it's going to put a little more intensity into the shoulders. So remember to keep the shoulders loose and take breaks as needed. For separating water, bring the hands up the front of the body and then out. The feet are parallel. Shoulder width or so. It's not super important exactly the distance, just feel comfortable. Then we'll be turning the hands in so that the wrists are still bent and coming out like this. And this repeats. So we'll be coming here and then opening out. This is going to get the shoulders back here. At the end of the technique, you're going to drop it down. So try it with me, okay? Inhale. Press out, exhale, turn and inhale. You can allow your whole body to move and breathe. Yeah, exhale, in, out, very nice. In, try to let your knees bend a little bit and drop in, tuck and sit into the stance so that you're not stiff, standing upright. And then if this is getting tiring, no worries, we're gonna come down and out. Taking a little pause, feel the body, and begin again. Up, breathing out, in, out. Feel a nice stretch, but don't force it. In, out. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, really let that chest move. And relax the wrists. We're building up tension through the wrists and then releasing it when we drop down. So it's really important to relax the wrists and pause at the end. One more round. Okay. Turn, open, in, and out. Excellent. Let the whole body breathe. More, and down. Gathering breath. And shake it out. Yeah. Shoulders hopefully activated by now. You can feel the chest and behind the scapula. You can work those around. Maybe the legs were really into it. Okay. The next technique is called separating heaven and earth. It's another separating, and it's great. We're going to be stretching out and opening up in the midsection. So this is great for the guts. You can really start to feel yourself opening in here. Also in the spine. As we do this technique, we're going to be splitting up and down. Watch me first, and here we go. can try it together. We're going to come to the center, reach one arm up. This is just the form first and not the breathing. Reach one arm up. You can turn your head to the side. There are many versions of this. So don't worry too much about where your head is placed. You can either look up at the hand or over to the side. But reach up and down through the midsection and keep the wrists bent. Go in and out. Keep everything loose and soft, yeah. Turn in like this. The form details aren't super important when you're just starting. Try to feel the stretch through the spine. On this one, try feeling the breath out for yourself. Does it feel better to breathe in here and out here? Or what if we switch it? Very nice. This technique really reach up in. Sometimes I get little pops in my spine from doing it, but make sure not to overdo it. Just let everything relax. All right, shake it out, do a gathering breath. See how you're doing. Wiggle around, don't lose this opportunity to keep the flow going. Good. All right, this next technique is going to get our legs going. It's called crane stepping. It goes like this. Up with the leg, set it back down. Up with the leg, set it back down. But there's a little more. We're going to start with the leg though. So try it with me. And down. And in. And down. Right. So if you're struggling with balance, which is definitely what this is for, is training balance. So don't worry if you're struggling with it. We're going to slowly build it up. So here's a smaller version. Nice and easy. And now try focusing on the supporting leg, so dropping your weight and sinking and relaxing the whole body into that weight. And just lifting a little bit, doesn't have to be a lot. Coming down and focusing on the supporting leg, sink your weight. Yeah. Now we're going to add the arms. The crane. Breathing in. In and out. In. Nice. And out. You can go as high as you like, but not any higher, please. Very good. I love the grace and elegance I'm seeing. You can move around a little bit. You can take a step. You're stepping into the snow and you're an elegant bird. Balanced and poised. Try to loosen and enjoy it. Just really. Good. This is great. I'm going to spend a little time with this one because I think it'll really help open up the legs for what we're about to do next. Nice, yeah. Focus on driving that supporting weight into the earth and feeling the connection at the ball of the foot so that you can lift the other leg up. Pointed toe and then drop it down. Very nice. One more. And settle it in. Gathering breath. And shake it out. Now that we've all learned how to be cranes, we can start our Tai Chi training with It's a technique called pouring. This is an exercise that we use to get mindful about movement and shifting weight, which is important in Tai Chi, whether training it as a martial art or just for health purposes. So, we're going to be doing exactly what we did with the crane, in the sense that we'll be pouring the weight from one side to the other, but now we're really going to slow it down and focus on it. So, I start with feet together, and I'll step out into whatever a natural stance is, just settle in and enjoy. You can go out a little wider if you want to be more challenging, but we can start with just shoulder width. All you do here is sink and drop in, and as you do, you're going to be separating from this side, allowing it to become empty and lifting up the heel, just like that. Now that the weight's firmly over here, you can set it back down. Shift and feel it pouring like a glass of water. Yeah, don't go too far. Got a little carried away with my visualization. But make sure to stop when you're lined up over that foot and lift the heel. Once you've checked, you can go back. Excellent. Yeah. The main thing is to focus on keeping the balance centered and noticing the shifts. So you can try closing your eyes, just feeling the weight shifting from one side to the other. Really trusting and sinking into that side. Yeah. Excellent. Make sure if you are closing your eyes, though, not to go too far, because it's easy to just lose a sense of where we are and go a little tipsy. And even if you don't feel it as a falling over, sometimes it can feel normal, but actually what's happening is you're moving over the knee, and it can cause some distress with the legs. So make sure to just lay it up easy and sink down and settle in and focus on that. If you really sink down and bend the knees, you'll be getting a stronger exercise for the legs. Nice. Settling in like you're sitting down on a stool almost on one side, and this comes up and releases, and then back down. This is Tai Chi pouring, and you can practice it anytime you want to get focused. Anytime you want to feel grounded, just really focus on the sinking in. We'll come back to center. See if you can feel the difference between how it felt to be centered and still before and after the pouring technique. And then we'll do a gathering breath. Very good. After that, we can start to do waist turning, which is another really powerful element of Tai Chi. But we won't be training it all to that level. We just want to get some activity to open up the upper body and help relax the spine. So make sure not to turn too far in this exercise. It's really the most important thing because it can hurt the knees if you turn too far. There is a way to turn farther. We can maybe go into that with some opening. But right now we're going to do it in a closed stance. So bring the feet out a little wider than shoulder distance. Settle in, feet parallel just as before. And this exercise is called swinging arms, or swinging arms like a bear. So it's just really nice, relaxed. You can picture like a easygoing bear. And we're just going to be swinging the body by turning the waist. That's it. The arms have very little to do with it. They just relax. And you can start just checking in to your stance, kind of push off the ground and let yourself swing. And don't go, this is what I mean about not going too far, right? If I swing really hard, I'll be rotating past my knee, and that's not good. We just want to take it nice and easy, like a little washing machine that doesn't really have to go very hard. You can just gently, delicately agitate. Yeah, you can just get into a rhythm of turning back and forth. Nice and easy, and then slowly building it up. So as we build it up, eventually put a little more oomph into the turn, start to get a flow going. Nice and easy, the head is connected to the ceiling, and you're just relaxing and turning the waist. Not turning too low, just right at the waist. Yeah, that's it. You can start to get this back and forth feeling going on, this twist. It's not twisting too far, but it's twisting just right. Open up the spine. The breathing here is spontaneous, so you don't need to worry about it. but make sure you are breathing. And then one extra element that people do sometimes with this exercise is to allow the elbows to swing, and you can kind of pat yourself a little bit on the shoulders. And this wakes up. It's nice and energizing for the torso. If I go a little bit faster, it'll look like this. But the goal isn't to go fast or hard, it's to relax and feel the swing. Very nice. Yeah, I can see the mindfulness. Excellent. It's very important to notice the feeling here, because it's part of the benefit that you can get from the technique. To relax the mind by focusing it on swinging energy. Very good. If you do want to try at home to swing a little bit farther, make sure that you open up the stance. You can open up the stance, and this protects the knees and allows us to rotate farther than we were before. You can really take this one big, or you can just keep it small. A lot of times doing it smaller and feeling it more is a kind of less is more thing with Qigong. You actually feel more benefit sometimes from taking it really easy. Other times you really just want to get the energy out, and you got to swing hard and smack yourself in the chest. Very nice. Excellent. Yes. Gathering breath. I'm starting to get really into it now. You can take a little spontaneous flow time. Make sure you got your looseness. And check on things and how they're doing. Coming back to center. Now this technique is one of the last ones we'll do. It's called punching with wide eyes, or big round eyes. It's even sometimes called punching with angry eyes. We're going to be getting into the lowest stance that you feel comfortable in. For me, that's all the way into the horse riding stance from Kung Fu. We're going to get real low here, but we will be here for a good number of punches, so you can either wait to do it, or, of course, take a smaller stance, a shallower stance. But if you feel comfortable, or if you know the stance from before, this is a great way to really make the energy fly. So I'll demonstrate first just kind of standing here for anyone who needs this level of stance. So we're going to take the hands, bring them down to the sides of the body. There's two elements to this. One is bringing the hand out and twisting it. That's the punch, right? And the other is the energy, which involves opening up the eyes, visualizing, really striking at the target, and bringing your energy out from your center with a sound. You can use the sound height, like how tall you are, right? So I'll demonstrate. Height! 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 Really coming from in here as much as you can. Summon it from your guts. If you get really low, or lower than you're used to, within safe range, then you can really start to bring it out and say, Height! 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 So, we'll do it with the full sound, or if you don't feel comfortable making the full sound, I recommend that sighing breath and just coming out. Got it? Okay. So, choose whatever stance you like. We'll do 10 in a row. I'll say 1, and then we'll punch, and then 2, and then we'll punch, and we can all do it together. Moving into the stance, dropping down. Getting ready, we'll start with, you can actually mirror me. I'll start with my left hand. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a pause, breathe, settle in. This time, wider, bigger. We're going to do one more round. Get it all out, use your biggest sounds. Focus on the target, ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come up. Gathering breath. Really shake it out. A lot of these techniques are designed to be both relaxing and energizing, so sometimes it really involves getting your energy into it. All right, those are all the techniques for today. You can practice them as often as you like, as long as you feel comfortable. We'll be closing with another gathering breath. And one last one for good measure. And settle into stillness, whatever stance you like. Take a moment to feel the center of gravity and sinking into the floor again. And thanking yourself for taking this time to commit to being comfortable, growing in strength, relaxing and energizing, and trying something new if this is your first time, or your second time, or your 1000th time.